Hi, I'm Dr. Ted Beebes, and this is our third video in the series on the Management Operating System. In this video, we're going to look at the standard data. Standard data is the basis for all measures in the MOS. I hope you enjoy, and please leave a comment. Previously, we met Sam, the owner of a small manufacturing business, and learned about his management operating system and the key measures of attainment, productivity, and performance he uses. Fred and Jenna are his two new assistant managers. They've been tasked with implementing the measures and the supporting practices across all areas of the business. Although they've both worked in all aspects of the company, some things have changed since the beginning. They have two initial concerns. First, they want to be sure they capture all the right tasks. And second, they also do not want to bite off more than they can chew. Therefore, they decide to focus first on the manufacturing area. The work is easier to see and has the greatest impact on customer demand. They feel the better they manage the work on the shop floor, the better they'll be able to meet customer demand for both delivery and quality. Their first step is to create a standard data table. A standard is a work-to-time relationship established for each activity. It represents a reasonable expectation of performing the work at 100% effort and is best determined by direct observation of a trained and competent worker using the best practices, proper tools, equipment, materials, and information, and producing a typical mix of work at an acceptable quality and sustainable rate. Fred and Jenna follow three simple steps to collect the required information. First, they map the shop floor processes. Using the 80-20 rule, they determined that approximately 80% of the company's revenue was generated through 20% of the top volume products. By focusing on these processes, they were able to capture the majority of the work. Second, they collect data for each activity. The two main points collected were 1. How long it took to complete each activity, and 2. How many people performed it. To complete this step, they watched each activity as it was performed and timed how long it took. In order to increase their accuracy and capture clear, uninterrupted work, they took the average of a minimum of 10 clean measurements. All measurements were reviewed with and agreed to by the employee performing the task before final acceptance. When completed, their map looked something like this. Third, they determined a reasonable expectation, or RE, for each process outcome. The individual task times were applied to the overall processes used for each product. Since not all tasks were used for each product, the expected times to complete the products varied. The RE for each process was determined by the sum of the task times within each process. Once the data was accepted, it was put into a standard data table. The table contained the following information: product ID, process ID, the RE expressed in units per hour, and the people required to meet the RE. Fred and Jenna now had the measures and the standards against which to compare them. The next step is to develop a way to capture and track the activities and review and communicate the results. Our next video will take on the first of those issues through the use of a daily schedule control. Thanks for watching. If you have any questions or would like to discuss anything in this video, please contact me at tnbeebes@tnbbpmconsulting.com.